Plaintiff Veronica Champion says she has survived cancer, kidney disease, and an abusive relationship, and she brought her nephew to court today to teach him about life. Veronica claims she paid a deposit for a cruise for the defendant, his girlfriend, and her child, but she's suing because the defendant has yet to repay her. Defendant Christopher Champion says he too has overcome struggles in his life because he was born with sickle cell anemia and he was raised in a tough neighborhood in Chicago. Christopher insists his aunt is suing him prematurely.
Start with you.
Okay, let me give you a little background on myself. I am the defendant's aunt, and I just need to let him know about this situation called life and the circumstances to actions that you take. I am a cancer survivor. I survived lung cancer, which I lost one. I survived kidney disease, which I lost one. I've survived an abusive relationship, which I raised two wonderful sons. I just want him to understand that, yes, the struggle is real, and I've been through the struggle and still going through the struggle.
All right, let me hear from you.
How you doing? Matter of fact, it's an honor to meet you. I watch you all the time.
Thanks.
I have sickle cell disease. I was born with it. You know, when I was younger, it messed with me a lot more than it is now that I'm older.
Good.
You know, I was in the hospital probably weeks at a time.
Yeah.
You know, I've had spinal meningitis. I beat that. I fractured my spinal cord. Had to jump out of a burning building on the second floor. So I've been through a lot, and you know. Other than that,
He's
like
a
now,
survivor too, man.
Yes, he is.
I enrolled for King to King for business class. You know, I start next month. Just trying to get it together. You know, get my life together. I'm 31 years old.
31?
Yes. And, so basically, I'm just trying to get on the right track.
Kennedy King in Chicago, obviously.
Yes, sir.
All right. You grew up here?
Yes, sir.
Where? What part of town?
South Side.
What part of the South Side?
Stony Island.
Pretty tough area over there, right?
Yeah.
So you survived a tough neighborhood, and tremendous health problems. Now you're going to college. Good. Give you a hand. You and your aunt, have you always had a good relationship?
Yes, you know, my auntie, she's pretty strict. You know, when we was growing up, like, before you eat, better go wash your hands, get a whooping, boom.
Get a whooping for
You know
not
what I'm
washing
saying?
your hands?
Brush your
That's
teeth.
not
before you
true.
eat. But, you know, I love her, though. You know, that's my auntie. I hate that we had to be up in here under these circumstances, you know. It wasn't like I was trying to dodge her or anything, you know.
We'll talk about that. Let me
Okay.
ask you this. Some of the things she was strict about, did it benefit you?
Definitely did.
See, all right. That's what we need young people to know as well. When they are being treated in a way that they feel is strict, later on they'll appreciate it, as you have, as I did, and as many others. Young people, you're listening, you got a prime example of someone who appreciates it. A young man, and you got an old man that says he appreciates it.
Plaintiff Veronica Champion is suing her nephew, who claims Veronica was extremely strict when he was a child.
Tell me why you're suing your nephew.
I'm suing my nephew because he begged me to pay a deposit on a cruise. And he came to me several times and I told him, and I quote, absolutely not. He kept on and I did agree to pay it for himself, his girlfriend at the time, and her daughter. I paid it and I had evidence showing that I
did you pay?
$100 per person.
Let me see it, please.
I paid $300 for him.
And how much has he repaid? Obviously, he's repaid what? $160? All right. What do you want to say to that?
I did make a partial payment on the payment, and it was my intentions on giving her the rest of the balance. It's just other little bills and everything. I'm not trying to say I'm putting her on the back burner, making her last on the list, but there was a lot of things that I really did need to take care of. My car had got impounded. I had to file for bankruptcy because it was $1,900 to get it out the pound.
Okay.
So I had to file for bankruptcy, and for the down payment for bankruptcy was $600.
You had to file that day or
No,
that month.
Yeah, because they was talking about crushing my car because after
All
30
right.
days.
So you
they're
filed and you got your car back.
crushing. Yeah.
And did you tell her that?
Yes.
And what did she say to that?
Because
That's all part of the same thing, man.
He didn't tell me that.
Okay.
When I spoke with him, what he stated to me was, well, I had bills to pay. I have a bankruptcy I have to pay for. So I waited. Monday, no response. Tuesday, no response. So Wednesday, when I spoke
You
with
get a
him
man
on
3
Monday.
days before you sue him.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I waited
You rough.
I waited 2 months.
You rough, Auntie. You
A
still
man is supposed to be about his word.
And he is. He
No,
went
he
and got
not.
his car out of pound so he can go to work.
His car was in pound
He
when
was
he
only
said
driving.
he
He
was
only
gonna
got caught
pay
with
me.
suspended license because he was going to work. He wouldn't have
What
been
work?
driving at all if he wasn't going to work, would you? Or school.
What work?
He was going. What is school?
He just enrolled in school.
Well, where was
What
he going
school?
when he got his license?
That's what I want to know. Why he couldn't pay me? He was
His
at
license
home.
was suspended because he was going looking for a job.
What job?
But he really needed it then,
No, he wasn't.
weren't you?
No.
No.
No, you caught,
Thank you.
No, you caught me off guard. No,
He caught you off guard.
I was saying,
And he gave you the
No, what I'm
perfect
saying-
defense.
No.
I'm arguing for
No,
you,
what I was
telling the
saying
woman
is-
why you couldn't pay, giving
What
her
I
a
was saying
reasonable.
is-
No, that ain't it. I was going to the club.
what I was saying is, John,
$140, ma'am, is your judgment. I
Thank
tell you,
you.
you can't be helped. Bye-bye.